What's going on, guys? Sorry about that abrupt interruption, but I ran out of storage, and I've tried to make two videos for our part two, and I've ran out of storage twice, so I'm gonna have to speed this up. But like I was saying with the illegal immigrant stance, I pretty much already covered that. If you want to persuade somebody, the main thing you want to do is to appeal to their emotions. You want to instill some sort of emotion and counteract that with a more positive one. So if you make somebody happy, you want to really make them super happy to make them go ahead and do what you want them to do. If you're going to use the fear route, you make somebody scared, you instill fear within them, and then you come as the savior who's going to take away that fear, because people don't like being scared. People don't like being angry. People want to be happy and comfortable. So, one of the oldest persuasion tricks in the book is to go ahead and instill negative emotions on somebody or within somebody, and come with a positive emotion to take them from that, because nobody likes being in an uncomfortable situation. So Donald Trump, successfully did that with the illegal immigrant stance, and he's done a lot more. I would love to go into detail in these videos, but I can't for a few reasons. Concerning Donald Trump anyway, because I simply don't have the technology to pull up these videos. I'm still on an iPhone right now, and then also I don't have that much time. But another persuasive technique that he uses, just trying to get right into it, another persuasive trick that he uses is repetition, which is a really old persuasive trick. And, when you see certain, just right quick, give you an example for y'all in Georgia. If you notice, you've seen those John Ossoff commercials about 20 times a day if you just watch normal stations. He's beating it into your head, hey, I'm the good guy. You know what I mean? And he successfully had more advertisements than Karen Handel, I believe her name is. And, he's really successful with that, just the repetition. He'll make you want to vote for him just to get, just to shut him up almost. Repetition is an extremely popular, and, let's just be honest, it's usually successful 9 times out of 10. If you look at Donald Trump's speeches, you notice he uses repetition a lot. Now, if you're a Trump hater and you're blinded by that hate, you won't be able to understand. You'll think he's repeating himself because he's stupid, or, he just doesn't have an extensive vocabulary, or he's stalling, or he's a dementia sufferer, which all of those things might be true. But when I see that, somebody who's studied persuasion, somebody who's well-versed in persuasive techniques and is a master persuader themselves, you'll notice that he's using those repetitive words, those repetitive slogans, those repetitive terms, pictures, whatever the case may be, to really beat it into your head and make you believe it. You might not have believed it at first, but after the 20th time, there's an old saying, if you repeat a lie enough, it becomes the truth. So, Donald Trump definitely has mastered that, and he's been doing that for years. Even before he was running for president, he used to do that. When you watch his videos, or, his speeches, press conferences, whatever the case may be, I remember one of the words that he used to repeat so much was win. He could be giving a speech and he would say, Americans aren't winning anymore. We need to win. If I win the presidential election, we're going to start winning again. And once I win, we're all going to win. It's not just going to be the top people winning. We're all going to win. I'm going to win. You're going to win. We're all going to win. And he would just keep saying win, win, win. And like I said, people that can't identify the game that he's giving out, they're just going to think that he doesn't have a vocabulary. But what they're not understanding is he's repeating that to really beat it into your head. People that consider themselves losers, they're going to say, well, shit, I'm not winning. I'm a loser. If I vote for him, maybe I can start winning again. People that already consider themselves winners, they're going to say, well, I want to keep winning. Hillary didn't say I was going to keep winning, but he said I was. I need to vote for him. And all of this is on a subconscious effort. And this is just common sense, but like I told you in the last video, the best way to persuade somebody is to not let them know you're trying to persuade them. You don't want them to know that they're getting tricked into doing something, or being manipulated or persuaded, convinced, whatever the case may be. And Donald Trump successfully does that when he uses those repetitive techniques. And just one more example I can give and show you how much of a master persuader he is when you watch his speeches. And it just kind of goes back to what I just said. But you ever notice he repeats words and he uses really, really small, simple words. He talks like somebody talks on the street. He doesn't talk like a presidential candidate. When Hillary came out there, she talked about, real issues. I mean, she talked about stuff that people need to hear, but it was boring. Ben Carson came out. He was using logical facts. I just told you, you want to use emotions. People don't want to hear that logical shit. People want to hear something that's going to make them laugh, going to, indirectly make them scared, and so they can find somebody to protect them. That's the best way to persuade somebody. And Donald Trump, like I said, he's a master at doing that. He speaks in simple language so you can understand everything he's saying. When you start saying big words and somebody doesn't understand what you're saying, that makes you feel inferior, whether it's on a conscious or a subconscious level. You start looking at them like a politician that doesn't understand what it's like to be like you. A lot of Trump supporters look at him like he knows the real problems. Donald Trump's never been broke a day in his life. Neither is Hillary. But if you look at Donald Trump, you think he knows more simply because he talks like he talks like you. He talks about the same stuff you talk about. He thinks like you, or at least he makes it appear like all of those things are true. Hillary, she comes off as some rich person that's never really been broke and always been successful and doesn't know what it's like to struggle. But Donald Trump doesn't. He talks like a simple man. And that's one of the, just most successful tactics that he's used the entire time he's been running. You guys really think he doesn't have an extensive vocabulary? I mean, he's went to top schools. He's a CEO. He's the CEO and founder of some of the most successful real estate companies ever. He's not an idiot. That's one thing you got to give him credit for. He's a very smart man, and he exemplifies that when he uses these advanced persuasive techniques. But I'm not going to talk about this too much. I just wanted to give a quick video on maybe you can look up certain videos. There's some videos out on YouTube that really go into detail and show you some of the videos I'm talking about and really break it down. So Google that, or YouTube search it, whatever the case may be, and check out what I'm talking about. You don't have to agree with him just to actually learn from what he's doing. He's, like I said, he's a master persuader, one of the best I've ever seen. Don't agree with everything he's saying, but he's saying some things that are very persuasive. And if you would like to read some literature on him, this book right here, Trump, The Art of the Deal. It's a really old book. I've had it for years. And I think it was written in like 1987. But this issue right here is the revised version. It's new cover or anything. So if you look it up on Amazon, or you go to Barnes & Nobles, whatever the case may be, it might be an older cover where he's a lot younger. But it's the same thing. And it really just shows you how he uses certain negotiation techniques and persuasive techniques in order to become as successful as he's been. So check out that book. Check out those YouTube videos. I appreciate y'all watching. Like I said, try to put your bias aside and just listen to what I said in the video. You don't have to agree with them. You don't have to be a supporter. You don't have to be a Republican, conservative, any of that. You could think he's a racist, misogynist, all of that. But in those videos, you'll see what I'm saying. And if you apply what I've said in the last persuasive video and in this particular video, you'll see what I'm saying to you guys. So appreciate y'all watching. Peace.